This video is about when you're too angry a person. There are 4 things to do when you just get too angry, rageful, out of control. We've all been there. To find out more, please stay tuned to this video. Welcome to the SCG Show, the home of education entertainment, and please do me a favor, if you really enjoyed this video, smash that like button. I would really appreciate it. Now rest assured, if you feel like the only person on earth who blows their top at the drop of a hat, you are not alone. Every single person has a breaking point and a side where they just flip. I've seen people calmer, more passive than a monk, absolutely lose their crap when they get triggered or upset. Now, is it all down to self-control? Not necessarily. If someone kept annoying you by poking you with a stick continuously, I can imagine you'll lose your cool. No amount of self-control can actively and willingly accept being prodded like that all the time, non-stop. Look, I'm sad to admit this, but I am, in all honesty, on the SCG show, not the calmest person. I've been known to get angry, shout, and lose my cool. I don't know why this is the case, or why I get so frustrated and upset, but it happens. I'm actually a chilled out guy. I love to unwind, read a book, meditate, chill. Once those buttons of mine get pressed, I'm on the defensive and I can explode. I'm not just trying to make excuses for myself, but as I said, I believe everyone has a breaking point. But being angry like that and not being in control of your anger isn't healthy. Look, I'm not a licensed therapist. If you have serious anger issues, always reach out to a professional. However, I will hopefully give you some much needed tips to help you resolve some of those anger issues that bother you. When we're angry, we lose control and often say and do things we regret. It hurts so much after. We turn into the Incredible Hulk, smash everything in sight, metaphorically speaking. Don't be the Hulk. There's a better way of doing this. Trust me. I once saw a guy who had beer poured on him in a bar by a bunch of bullies and was ridiculed by them for no reason. He got up and walked out of the bar drenched, and I chased to see if he was alright. "Why didn't you fight back?" I asked. And he said, "I'm a judo black belt. If I fought back, they would have been destroyed. It's not worth it. I'm better to walk away." And full disclosure, I'm not condoning violence, and neither should you. If you learn to respond over react, this is the more mature, powerful, and better approach to living. Take the guy who was a black belt in judo and got up and walked out of the bar despite being drenched. He was humiliated, ridiculed, his night was ruined by a bunch of jerks. But knowing he could have literally broken all their bones with his eyes closed made him respond over reacting. If he had reacted, he would have beat the living piss out of them. But he responded by walking away, knowing if he had done that, he would have got arrested, he would have had charges pressed against him, and it wasn't worth it. A few years back, a person who I loved dearly betrayed me. So much so they lied behind my back, causing so much drama. I wanted to react instead of respond, and I was full on Incredible Hulk mode. Look, I'm not a violent person, and I don't condone it. But the rage I had towards them made me want to do something I was going to regret. I lost control, and I charged to his house to confront him. I even walked in the rain, soaking wet to his house, which was miles away. Every step I took, I thought about what I was going to say and do. "I show him," I said, "the bastard, he knows, how could he do this to me, That's what I was saying as the rain poured harder on me, and every few yards or so, my rage was subsiding. And then I asked myself, "Hey SCG, what are you doing?" I made it to his house eventually, drenched, soaking wet, in the rain, breathing heavily. Then I thought back to the judo black belt guy who turned away, and I said, "It's not worth it." Years later, everything worked out for the best. I confronted the guy in a calm manner, reasoned things out, cut him out of my life. I responded, overreacting. And I'm so glad I did. You always have a choice, no matter how furious you are. Try to choose to respond, always. Please don't forget to hit the like button if you are enjoying this video. When you're too angry a person, you gotta assess maturely and honestly what's triggering you. If you're new to my content, you may not know I suffered a long gambling addiction. I suffered in silence. No one knew what I was up to. It was awful. Please always reach out for help when you're suffering. It's the best thing to do. I remember going out for a meal with family and friends, and the subject of money came up, a soft spot for me. Just 24 hours earlier, I'd lost a ton at the casino. I'll never forget when a friend turned around and asked, "How's work, SCG? Making good money?" I exploded. "My money is my business, not yours. Jesus, back off," I said. I made a scene, utterly embarrassing. I stormed out of the restaurant. They tried to chase after me, but I was long gone, and I found a spot somewhere to just break down and have a cry. There was nothing wrong with their question. What was wrong was me, my addiction. No one knew. Still at that time, nobody had any idea what I was going through. As a gambler, I'd always be triggered by the subject of money, saving money, investing, job security. Anything about finances upset me. You need to take a good, long, hard look at yourself to identify your triggers. This could be life-changing for you. Are you suffering in silence? Are you in an unhappy, unloving, unfulfilling relationship? Are you working a job that is destroying you? Do you suffer from insecurity, anxiety? Are you just miserable and unhappy where you are or the stage you're at in your life right now? Try to identify your triggers so you can cure your anger. The next step after identifying your triggers is to make the necessary change to improve. I'm going to give you 2 examples. Firstly, when I was a gambling addict, I knew that the logical and simple way to stop being angry and upset when it came to money was to cure my addiction. Look, easier said than done, but fortunately I did it and have remained clean and sober since, with absolutely no desire to return. Giving up gambling has and will remain one of my greatest achievements. Use me as your inspiration. When it comes to money now, my attitude is that of a winner, positive and smart. In fact, I now talk about money a lot on this channel with the hopes to inspire others to take charge of their financial futures. Another story was when I had a complete mental breakdown with my family. I stupidly accused them of plotting against me, never loving me, and more. We had an intervention, and I broke down again. My family asked, "What the hell is troubling you? This is not you." The answer was simple. I was in a toxic relationship with a narcissist. A week later, I finally walked away from the narcissist, and wow, did my anger subside. Before my dad passed away, he told me how proud he was of doing such a thing. He said, "You were so angry with your ex. Now you become such a better person." Those examples are very recent. I was triggered with money because I was blowing it gambling. I was triggered emotionally because I was dating a toxic person. Both have now been successfully cut out of my life with no desire to ever introduce them again. And I've educated myself what got me into that stage in the first place. The successful positive person sure has problems in their lives, but they deal with them head on and grow as a result. I'm a better person after doing so, and I'm less angry overall. Make the change you need to so you can curb your anger. Lastly, you know the pain, anger, suffering from gambling, dating a toxic ex, and even recently losing my father actually created something beautiful. See, out of the darkness, something bright was born. This very channel and my website, scgshow.com. Channel your anger into personal development or a passion project. Trust me, if you do this, you'll see great results. You don't want to be the old man or woman who is always grumpy, complaining about all the mistakes they made, or how hard done by they've been, and in turn just being so angry and full of resentment, and worse, full of regret. The SCG Show is without a doubt the best project I've ever worked on so far in my life. You know, I wonder, had I stayed a gambling addict, had I stayed in a toxic relationship and married them, had I stayed so angry and bitter all the time, goodness, where on earth would I have been in my life? I think we all know the answer. Ultimately, not in a good place. And once more, you wouldn't be watching this video. Give up on anger. It rarely helps you. Okay, you might do a couple of good sets in the gym. Big deal. Instead, channel your anger into a project that will no doubt one day improve and change your life for the better. Hey, thanks for watching. Be sure to comment, like and subscribe. And if you enjoyed this video, here's some more content you might be interested in.